How you doing out there? Welcome back. This is Urkaderp. We're gonna be doing some gnocchi today, sweet potato gnocchi. I've been watching some Food Network, and I guess by coincidence, just happened to keep on seeing the hosts making gnocchi. So I figured, what the heck? I've seen this a couple times already. I'm gonna try making some gnocchi today. So we're gonna do some sweet potato gnocchi. We're gonna finish it with a nice Tex-Mex style kind of sauce, a little bit of peppers and onion and sausage. So stick around for that. We got sweet potato gnocchi coming today. My name is Urkaderp. We will see you shortly. Okay, starting right into this. So today I got 4 good-sized sweet potatoes. All I'm gonna do is just dump them straight into the pot here. And I'm just gonna boil them straight on with the skins. And then I'll basically just spoon it out. We're just gonna fill it with some water, and I'm just gonna boil this until it's all nice and soft, nice and fork tender. This is gonna yield me a lot of dough. So what I'm gonna do is obviously make some for myself for today, but then the rest of it we're just gonna freeze, and we'll have this ready for meals throughout the week. So it's a nice way to get a head start on eating something healthy. And sweet potato is an excellent complex carbohydrate, so this is going to be a really nice base for a meal. We're just basically limited by our creativity with what we want to do with the sauces. So I'm just going to put this on the range. We're just going to boil this and come back when it's done. So we're going to set it on high, I guess, and that's it. So I'm just gonna let this come to a boil, and once it's done, I'll show you the next step as to how I form the dough. So moving right along, I'm just gonna take my Italian sausages here. I'm gonna cook them up a little bit, brown them in the oven before we actually finish these in the sauce. So all I'm gonna do is just take them, dump them in the skillet, just like that. I have my oven set for 350. It's on convection. So we're gonna let that go for a couple of minutes, probably 20 minutes or so, and we'll just check it. We'll keep on turning it until it gets a nice color, and that's that. So those are the sausages. It's a mild Italian sausage that we're gonna be using today, mild Italian pork sausage. Moving right along, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do with these peppers. So we have some nice peppers here. I think for today I'm going to use the yellow and the red one. All I'm going to do is just cut these into some nice thin strips. Cut off the top. Just like so. I've shown this in some of my other videos, but I'll show it again. Just how I do it. And I think which way do I want the strips to go today? I'll just keep them nice and long. This will just cut straight through. And because I want the sauce to be somewhat delicate, I'm going to try and cut the vegetables as thinly as possible. I want wafers. So let's go this way. Nice and thin. So when I do this, it almost feels like I'm just going over the same spot over and over again. I'm not really adjusting my knife that much. You can see how nice and thin they come out. This is gonna cook very fast in our sauce. Right? Just like that. And there you have it. Okay, that's gonna be the yellow pepper. for the onion, what I like to do with the onion is when I cut it, I maintain the root. I don't cut this off. That's gonna kind of be the holder, so the onion doesn't get all crazy as I'm cutting it. So I'll take the half onion, take off the first layer. Okay. So I want this to be pretty rustic. I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut them straight. Again, I want wafer thin onions. And that's pretty good. If you have a mandolin, I guess, too, you could also use a mandolin for doing this. But I don't see the point of having all that fancy kitchen equipment when a sharp knife works just as well. And it holds less space in my drawer. So there you go. So it's just a matter of practice and just being patient. Okay. Nothing crazy, right? So that's how we're gonna do the onions and the peppers. The tomatoes I already have in a can, so I'm not gonna have to really worry too much about that. So that's our vegetable prep. It's done, it's nice and fast, and I told you this is gonna be a real easy sauce. Sausage is going. So once the sausage is done, we'll assemble everything afterwards. Okay, so I just went ahead and dumped my onions and peppers into my skillet. It had some hot oil in it. And I'm just letting this saute nice and easy. We're doing it open, so all the moisture evaporates. I have seasoned this with some salt. And I'm just waiting for this to take on some color. I wanted to develop a nice caramel brown, especially for the onions. Once that happens to the onions, they'll taste really nice and sweet. So this is going beautifully. I've turned the sausages, and the sweet potatoes are almost ready. It's not quite knife, like my knife should be able to go through it, and I'm still getting some resistance there. So we gotta let that go for a little bit longer. So we're just gonna let these brown, and our sauce is almost finished. Okay, great. So we're back. I'm just pulling this from the fridge. These had finished cooking. I cooled them in the fridge, drained it of water. There's still some more water on the bottom here. So what I'm going to quickly do now is just give these a quick peel. You'll see how easy it is to peel them. I didn't bother peeling them because, as you can see, after boiling them, the peels come right off. Just like that. Super easy. I will just cut off the ends there because it's a lot of fiber there. So that's the one. What's this here? Ooh. What's this? Let's cut off that. Something rotten in there. Okay, good thing we cut it open. So we're just going to continue peeling. So the way we're going to build this dough is very, very simple. It's just going to be some eggs, some milk, and flour. I don't really have a recipe like for the exact measurements. I do it by feel, and you'll see what I mean. We want to add enough flour to our dough to get it just to combine. We don't want to overwork it such that it gets too firm. It's going to be a bit messy here, but I like working on this. It's fun. There's something really calming about working with dough and like getting to smush it in your fingers. Reminds me of when I was a kid, kind of like playing with Play-Doh. So we're almost done there. That's the third one. And the fourth one. And they're beautiful color. This is going to provide some nice color for the base of this plate. I'm always trying to be mindful of the colors of that go into my food. I always want the plates to look, you know, pretty. All right, so that's the potatoes all peeled. I'm just gonna quickly rinse my hands and we're gonna do the eggs. So I have 2 eggs here. All I'm gonna do is just crack them and mix them with a bit of milk. This is gonna help act as a binding agent for the potato and flour. We're just gonna add some milk here. I'm a bit generous with the milk. So I'm just gonna mix it up. Just like so. So I'm gonna get my flour ready. So just working with the one hand, I'm gonna have one hand ready with the flour. Where's my spoon? So this is gonna be my dry hand, and I'm just gonna scoop it as I mix this. It's gonna get quite messy, so I'm gonna have one clean hand. I think I'm gonna use my left hand as my clean hand. So I'm just gonna dump that right in. So there is a lot of liquid here. I'm just gonna slowly try and mash this up. So we get a bit of a paste. There we go. And get that egg to combine in with the potato. There we go. So like I said, this is gonna give us a lot of dough to work with. So we can have this for several meals throughout the week, and then we can vary up the sauce. I saw a nice sauce done with like a cabbage butter and bacon. So very nice and simple. We still have a bit of cool weather, so I think it's fitting. It feels more like a autumn dish. Like I said, today what we're doing is more of a Tex-Mex kind of thing. Peppers and sausages and onions. So I think that's mashed enough. So what I'm going to do now is take our flour, and just go scoop for scoop. Maybe, definitely more than that. There we go. One more. I had cake and pastry flour kicking around the house. You can use all-purpose flour. You don't have to be a fan. Oh yeah, I made a mess. So we're just going to slowly fold this in until it starts to combine. Definitely going to need more flour than this to make the dough. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just going to dash this. Let's continue. There we go. So slowly combine this until it forms a dough. And that's really it. So I have my tray ready on the side. Now all I'm going to do, I really want to make sure that this is nice even pieces. We're just going to cut morsels just like that. See? Just little pillows. Yeah, nothing crazy. We're just going to line these out, and we're going to... Something a little bit fat on me. We're just going to freeze these all. When we freeze them, it helps them to set. They won't stick to one another. And then when we drop them in the boiling water, they'll stay separated. I could boil off a couple right now, but I want to wait. I want to get this whole process done. And that's it. That's gnocchi. We can put an indentation into them so that they're going to hold the sauce a little bit better, but I don't really feel that it's necessary. What's more important for me, I want the pieces to all look nice and uniform. There we go. So I'm going to have to find a couple of trays and plates. After this is all done, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in a Ziploc bag and then have them ready in the freezer. The gnocchi has all been done. It's been rolled, cut, and set on trays, put in the freezer, and just let to sit so that they'll form into nice individual pieces, and it'll be easier for us to manipulate them once they're frozen. So what I'm going to do now is boil off some water. I'm not sure how many I want to start off with for my portion for gnocchi. I think a dozen is a good size from what I saw from the size of the pieces. So I'm just going to start boiling this water. And in the meantime, I'm going to assemble our sauce. Very simple. These peppers and onions, they were sitting in the fridge, so I let them cool off. Now that I'm ready to use them, I'm just going to reheat my pan to about medium heat. And then these sausages, I want the gnocchi to be the star of the plate. So these sausages, I'm not going to make big chunks. I want them to be very small bites. So I'm just going to split it and split it again. There we go. I'm just going to get my hands dirty. So there we go. I'm just going to chop them up into these nice bites. So I just want this sausage to just be in the background. I'm going to heat that up. I think one more sausage would be good. And again, I don't have to use up all the sausages for this sauce. We can save some for another meal later on this week. So the idea with the meat here is it's just I'm using it as a flavoring. There we go. It's just gonna impart some nice taste. I have some tinned tomatoes. All I'm gonna do with these tinned tomatoes now, I'm not gonna use the whole thing unless I feel I need to. There we go. So we'll take some of the liquid, we'll put it right over top. There we go. And the rest of these tomatoes now I'm just going to transfer it into a food safe container. Let's use one of these. I eat a lot of Liberté Greek yogurt, so I just save the containers for occasions like this. And then I can use them as a reusable food storage. We'll get a little lid. And we're good to go. Okay. All right. So look what I found. I found some nice rapini here. Beautiful. So I think I'm going to take a couple of these leaves here. And we're going to add this right to our sauce. It'll give another nice dimension to our gnocchi. A couple leaves like this should do me just nice. We'll give it a rinse and then I'll chop it up and then just toss it right into this sauce. I love rapini. It has a nice mild bitterness to it. And I think that's enough. I always love a little bit of green in my cooking. So I'm just going to rinse these. I'm going to just towel dry them quickly. Get any excess moisture out of them. I don't know if that did anything, but yeah. So I'm just going to rough chop it. We're just going to put that straight into the sauce. And it'll add another beautiful layer. And I think now our sauce is looking a little bit more complete. We got some green, we got the pepper, we got the sausage. So that's beautiful. That's going to be a lovely topping to our gnocchi. There we go. I am going to let this wilt a little bit before I add any more tomato. I want to see what this is going to look like after it wilts. I think I do want to drizzle a little bit of oil on it to get a little bit shiny. And then I'm going to adjust the seasoning. I will add a little bit of salt to this right now. Beautiful. Let's just adjust the seasoning. Okay, so everything is up to a boil now. This sauce is looking perfect. Rapini is wilted. It has a nice bright green color. So the rapini is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And I'm gonna grab some gnocchi now, and we're gonna drop it right into the boiling water. I think I'm gonna do 12, maybe 20. So we'll grab it from the big tray because we did these first, so these should have set more. So we'll just take a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think that's plenty. What the heck, let's go 20. There we go, so we got 20. Once these gnocchi start to come up to the surface and they're floating back up to the top, I know they're ready to take out. I'm gonna get my strainer ready. I have this new strainer here that I just recently bought. There we go. This is like similar to I guess the Chinese, they call it the spider shaped strainer. So anyways, this is what we're going to use to pull the gnocchi out of the water once they're done. And it should only take a couple minutes, maybe 2 or 3 at most. They're very small, the way I shaped them. They are holding their shape beautifully. I'm going to put these back in the freezer, and yeah, let's. So are we saying that's done? I think so. They're all coming up now. Floating up nicely. We don't want to overdo this because then they'll just break apart, right? Nice, okay, so we'll give this like another minute from this point, just to ensure that they really are all the way done. Beautiful, and I think that's it. Look at that. Look at this beautiful gnocchi. Oh, so sexy. Nice. Nicely done, Eric. Erk-a-derp! Look at that. Booyah. Oh, and they feel solid when they drop into the bowl. Oh, perfect. Perfect amount. Okay. So, to finish, we're just going to take some of this beautiful sauce. Just like that. Ooh. Ooh. You love me, don't you? Look at you. Oh, you're so sexy. Yes! And then, Parmesan, shaved Parmesan. Look at that, look at that. Look at the love. It's fresh too. Look, look, I just opened you. Oh my God. Oh my God, one more time. Ooh! So nice. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's gnocchi with, I guess, yellow pepper, onion, and sausage ragu with a bit of rapini and shaved Parmesan cheese. So, hope you like that. Subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to give this a try. I'll see you guys later. Peace!